Genshin Impact PS4 version will be discontinued. So the day that they have been dreading since the dawn of its release, the conception of the gacha genre, Genshin Impact, end of service. This is what Tower Fantasy players have been pushing for since their game released. The Genshin killer, Tower of Fantasy. Chat, Tower of Fantasy is still available on the PS4, right? Tower of Fantasy is still available on the PS4. Genshin shutting down on PS4. Tower of Fantasy alive on the PS4. They did it! Oh my god! Tower of Fantasy outlived Genshin Impact! No way! No way! They did it! This is the only win. The only win Tower Fantasy players will ever have over any above almost dead gacha game, chat. This is the one time, the one singular moment in the entire history of their game where they can successfully say, we did it. Tough W. Oh my god, after years of trialing and attempting and being utterly humiliated by every other gacha release, Wuwa, Zenless, I mean, Honkai Star Rail, Nikkei, Arc Knights, Blue Archive, Love and Deep Space, Infinity Nikki, you could just Persona 5 The Phantom X, A Theory of Restore, like every single gacha game out there that released was a bigger success. I mean, Higan Eritol is probably a bigger success at this point than Tower Fan. Okay, no, that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but it's almost. After all this time, top players can claim their win. We are gonna be the only game crappy enough to want to still remain on the PS4. I mean, sorry, we're the only game that is generous enough to continue PS4 support. Yeah. Top simps celebrating like their game has 500 million revenue. Yeah. Oh, it's actually genuinely so funny though. Like, I can already imagine the dislike ratio this VOD is gonna get on YouTube, because I'm gonna title it like, Tower of Fantasy killed Genshin Impact. Tower Fantasy players are gonna come into the comment section and be like, yo, we did it! And then Genshin players are gonna be like, mass dislike. He claimed that Tower of Fantasy killed Genshin. And I'm gonna just be sitting there the whole time like, y'all, I am milking every single one of you. Rip to those playing on the PS4. That is true, yeah. It does kind of suck that the PS4 is not going to be a platform that Genshin players can utilize anymore to play the game, but I mean, you know what? They're going to have to play on mobile, PS5 or PC, right? I want to see the world burn. No, it's just, you know, the meme, the Genshin killer for Toph, they kind of, you know, like conceptualize the entire thing. Tower Fantasy was the first Genshin killer. So to outlive them on, you know, the PS4 is just a funny moment for me. Let's see what's actually happening though. Notice on the removal and discontinuation of updates for Genshin Impact on the PS4. That's why they removed the limitations of top-up between PlayStation console and other platforms. The removal of PS4 wouldn't be that damaging to players to still play on there. Okay, is there a link to it? Is there no actual link to the article? This is from the Genshin Impact Twitter or Reddit account. They didn't post a link to their actual... Am I really gonna have to do a Google search for this? Okay, sure. Let's go to one of the most Okay, we have two options here for sources. Two of the most reliable paragons of truth, honesty, and quality. Kotaku or IGN. Oh, what do I click? You know what? At the very least, I think they're just reporting on publicly accessible information, right? So it's okay either way. I feel like I could trust them. We can trust them, right? Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. So basically, patch 6.0, people who've never downloaded the game before in PS4 can no longer download the game. 6.4, you can no longer make any in-game purchases on the PS4. 6.5, complete shutdown of the PS4 version, can no longer log in or update. Nice to give PS4 players time to find a new platform to play on at least. Okay, so that is one way of looking at this. And hear me out, chat. Hear me out, okay? I want to play devil's advocate here. Yes, it is great that they're giving them from 6.0 till 6.5 to find a new way to play Genshin Impact, okay? Yes, that is true. But on the flip side, they're keeping purchases available until patch 6.4. So if you don't know that the game is shutting down on the single platform that you were playing on, then for the next 6 months, you're gonna still be capable of spending money. So you could be spending money unknowingly. So that is the other side here. The positive is that they're giving y'all more time. The negative is that they're not disabling purchases on the PS4 until as late as humanly possible. That way people still keep spending, even if they don't know the PS4 version's shutting down. So, I mean, what is said? Okay, this is pretty big. Hoyo, the studio behind the mega hit Genshin Impact, announced that the game will no longer be supported on the PS4, no longer receive updates, due to be removed from the PlayStation Store, and will lose all its in-game purchases by February 2026. So don't worry, you still have, 8 months here to spend money. You won't be able to play the game after that, though. Players finally be able to cross-platform. You can transfer PS4 data to PC, right? I mean, it should be fully cross-platform compatible as far as I'm aware. So, by that logic, you could definitely play your Genshin account on PC or mobile if you're actually capable of doing so. Not like TOF. Tower Fantasy had a spin-off console version that you need to start again on when it released. Yeah, that was really bad. Due to limitations related to hardware, performance, and platform application size, a statement from Hoyo begins, we'll be discontinuing our support and updates for Genshin Impact on PS4 in future versions. This process will begin on September 2025, where the open world RPG will be removed from the PlayStation Store. That means if you haven't added the game to your account before that date, it'll disappear from search results and no longer be listed available for download. Following this, after February 25, 2026, all of Genshin Impact's in-game purchases will be removed. Not on September 9th, 2025. No, on February 25th, 2026. We need time to milk every cent we can from the PS4, chat. In-game purchases will be removed as well, both from the PlayStation Store and from the game itself. That means if you bought anything from the store but have yet to claim it in-game, you'll need to do that before February or risk losing it entirely. If you have bought anything from the store but have not claimed it in-game, you will risk losing it completely. I hope they clarify this somewhere so players actually know this. On April 2026, the game will lose all PS4 support and will no longer allow players to log in. Of course, people can use their accounts to continue playing the game on other systems, including the Xbox, PS5, and PC, or even mobile, which we touched on. Yeah. It's the last part that makes the decision somewhat confusing. No one can argue that Hoyoverse isn't given plenty of warning to PS4 players. It's 8 months until the game will become inaccessible, but the reasons given seem a little strange when the game runs fine on mobile devices. PS4, I mean, they just don't want to keep doing it, they just don't want to support the PS4 version is it. That's it. Just PS4, yeah. If you have a PS5, you can definitely port your game over and play it through PS5, yes. Did Sony just wanted to get shut of supporting PS4 altogether? It could be, yeah. It could be completely out of their hands. I don't know, but that sucks. Sucks for people playing on the PS4, but at the end of the day, that's why you own multiple consoles, right? Or multiple platforms, gaming platforms, right? PC, mobile, console. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.